So right after that statement that came in from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, remember that when he had also flagged the dangers posed by deepfakes and referred to a widely shared video of him playing Garba with a group of women. Now the Prime Minister had advised caution over such videos that have been widely circulating on social media.
पूरी दुनिया में एआई के नेगेटिव यूज को लेकर चिंता बढ़ रही है। भारत की स्पष्ट सोच है कि एआई के वैश्विक रेगुलेशन को लेकर हमें मिलकर काम करना चाहिए। डीप फेक समाज के लिए, व्यक्ति के लिए कितना खतरनाक है, इसकी गंभीरता को समझते हुए हमें आगे बढ़ना होगा। हम चाहते हैं कि एआई should reach the people and it must be safe for the society. इसी अप्रोच के साथ भारत में अगले महीने ग्लोबल एआई पार्टनरशिप समिट आयोजित की जा रही है। मुझे विश्वास है कि आप सभी इसमें भी सहयोग देंगे।
All right, so get a better understanding on this issue. Mr. Pawan Duggal, a very well-known cyber law expert, is with us here on the broadcast. Mr. Duggal, good afternoon to you, sir. We also have a reporter, Aishwarya, joining in. Aishwarya, if you can tell us the details of this meeting that has now been sought with the top social media platform officials. Mr. Duggal, if I can take that question to you, sir, because the concern that has been raised by the Union Minister, of course, this is something that the Prime Minister has also mentioned it, the intent and artificial intelligence on one hand can be very empowering, sir, but they are also being used to cause harm, to cause chaos in society, and it could further cause disorder and even incite violence.
And that's the reason why artificial intelligence misuse is emerging as one of the topmost headache areas as far as sovereign governments are concerned. Today, AI crimes have emerged as a very distinctive subcategory under the broader cybercrime umbrella. And now with deepfakes coming in, which are a manifestation of artificial intelligence crimes, we have a huge problem on our hand. And the need for regulating the same becomes even more apparent. Today, at the time when we talk, we are in a policy vacuum. We don't have a dedicated law on artificial intelligence. We also don't have a dedicated law on deepfakes. And the Indian Information Technology Act 2000 is thoroughly inadequate to deal with these challenges. And therefore, while on the one hand, we will need to come up with dedicated laws on AI, or in the alternative, go ahead and amend the Indian Penal Code and the Indian IT Act. On the other hand, till such time that takes place, because that's going to be a lengthy process, it's up to the government to come up with certain rules and regulations under Section 87 of the Information Technology Act 2000 so as to regulate its potential misuse. And we can definitely straddle the responsibility of trying to curb these issues of deepfakes and AI crimes on the service providers and intermediaries to the extent that they have to take cogent, proactive steps so as to prevent the dissemination and publication of these deepfake videos and AI mischievous videos on their platforms. Today, we find that the IT rules 2021 are not adequate to deal with this mechanism, and it's time that we need to provide even effective remedies.
But Mr. Duggal, the IT rules are just recently formed. I mean, even if you talk about the law in itself, do you believe that that would need a further framework to further streamline as to identify which is a deepfake, which is not, a new legislation to ensure that deepfakes or misinformation at large do not pose a threat to society? And if you would also respond on the side of these social media giants, because they would want to respect the customer privacy as well.
See, there's no denying the fact that India requires a dedicated new legal framework on artificial intelligence. When I look at things happening in China, China has already implemented the world's first law on generative AI on 15th of August 2023. European Union has come up with its own draft AI law. New York in the US has now implemented a new law which mandates mandatory auditing of these AI algorithms to prevent their discrimination or misuse. So while different countries are coming up with the new legislative frameworks, India needs to leapfrog needs to understand, learn from these laws, and then come up with its own customized approach as far as regulation of AI is concerned. For that, fundamental questions have to be asked. Is AI a legal entity? Can we grant legal sanction to AI? Number two, what's going to be the legal liability of AI service providers? And what kind of appropriate legal parameters need to be evolved? That's from the side of the government. Now, from the side of the service providers, they see AI as an additional headache. Why? Because for the purposes of curbing AI or deepfake videos, which are mischievous or malicious, they will have to put in more monies, more expenditure, more moderation, more kind of oversight, which is going to take more resources. And therefore, the initial thought process is, sir, we don't want to do it because we are going to lose our immunity as an intermediary under Section 79 of the IT Act. But I think clearly, the law can be tweaked. Clearly, the service providers, with a slight modification in their technical processes, can notify any particular video to be a deepfake video once it's so notified, and try to remove it within.
Well, it is already proving to be enough of a headache, sir, at least for our actors there, sir, because these are people who are still well known. And such kind of videos of theirs that are being misused and abused, rather. Think about the other, especially when it comes to women who become so much vulnerable when it comes to such kind of deepfake videos that have been widely circulating. Duggal sir, please be on with us, continue to be with us. We would want to replay that reaction of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where he himself became a victim of such kind of a video, where he has been saying that this is a growing menace and it needs to be stopped. Listen in.
आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के कारण और उसमें भी डीप फेक के कारण जो एक नया संकट आ रहा है, भारत का बहुत बड़ा वर्ग ऐसा है कि उसके पास वेरिफिकेशन के लिए या ऑथेंटिफाई करने के लिए कोई उसके पास पैरेलल व्यवस्था नहीं है। अगर लोगों को एजुकेट कर सकते हैं हम हमारे कार्यक्रमों के द्वारा, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस कैसे काम कर रहा है, डीप फेक क्या कर सकता है, और उसमें जो चाहे वो बना सकते हैं जी। मैंने अभी एक वीडियो देखा जिसमें मैं गरबे गा रहा हूं।
All right, so we've been listening to those reactions that have been coming in this meeting that will be taking place. We'll keep our viewers updated on the same, because there is a certain safe harbor clause that is also traditionally shielded social media platforms may not apply if they fail to take adequate measures against deepfakes on their respected platforms as well. Mr. Duggal sir, thank you very much for your insights and for joining us here on the broadcast. We will be taking a short break. You're watching Times Now.